Hi, everybody. Episode 17. We're just going to touch on two things. One, I just want to say we're getting really close. Maybe 2 episodes more before we get to the big reveal. That's one thing. So we're getting close. The other thing is I want to talk about the perception aspect, which I've been saying that a lot. The only time that Andrew is willingly speaking to me is when he is crashing out, literally, over the fact that I am speaking about what's going on. I'm not talking to anyone. He was. But he was like, I'm not talking to anybody about this. You shouldn't be talking to anybody about this. You're just running your mouth and you're just being childish. And because I'm seeking answers and help and support from my loved ones because my husband has totally abandoned me, full stop. So I remember I said something like, in regards to my friends that I was talking to here, I said, it was ironic because up until this point they had actually tried to play devil's advocate quite a bit and be like, hey, we don't know him, but have you considered thinking about it in this way? So I said, up until this point, these people that you're dogging out that you don't even know, they've actually been trying to help you. Not anymore. But I said, you don't know these people and you will never meet these people. And I said, so I don't know why you would be concerned with their opinions. Because I personally don't care at all who you're talking to. I wish you would tell the truth. Whoever you speak to and whatever you say, I wish you would tell the truth. I know you're not going to. But that would be my only thing, is if you're going to talk to people about what's going on, at least be truthful about it. But I said, he said something like, I said, why you would concern yourself with the opinions of people that, don't even know you, you don't know them, you'll never meet them at this point, right? You're leaving, and he was like, that's my point. It's not like you're talking to people who know me, my family, my parents. And I was like, they don't know you. None of your family have a clue who you are. None of them. And even, again, I was about to find out way more. But I was like, they all have this, completely backwards idea about who you are because you have purposefully kept them at arm's length since I've known you. So when he abandoned us, I was like, how could he? And then I remembered he already did it. When he met me and he moved from his little town to mine, which was 2 hours, I think, maybe, he completely cut his family off. I don't mean he never spoke to them again, but I mean these people who he had been raised with or had a hand in raising him or whatever the case might be. He was like, I'm not close with my mom's family at all, but I'm very tight-knit with my dad's family. So I was expecting for those people to be in our lives, and they weren't. One time I remember I basically pushed him out the door. I don't remember if it was someone's birthday or something, but that first year there was one time where I was go. And he did. He went by himself. But after that, years and years and years would go by where, now I don't know how much contact or I'm not sure. I just know that we never saw them. And I've thought about that a lot recently. Admittedly, I remember, after those first 2 years, I stopped bringing it up. But I'd be like, hey, do you want to go down for this? Or hey, do you want to? And he'd be like, no, because I'm not getting along with my dad. And there was always something going on with his dad. So he wouldn't go because of his dad, is what he said. I don't think that was it. Now that this has happened with me, what I think is, what I believe to be true 100%, is that once he realizes the jig is up, the only thing he can do is move on to a new place and new people, and pray that those new people and that new place don't figure him out. And I said that to him right before he left here. And then the first time he contacted me after he left, he was like, I'm thriving. And I said, you couldn't possibly be. Like, you hate yourself and you're dead inside. There's no, you couldn't be. Your only hope is to meet someone new and pray that she never finds out who you are, which is exactly what he did. So I believe that it's a pattern of his that he did. It wasn't so obvious all those years ago when he did it to his family, but I mean, there was no excuse for going years. And especially when, fast forward to me being pregnant. I remember we went down there one year, I think because he wanted to announce in front of everyone that I was pregnant and have all the attention and stuff. That's when I met everyone. And we had been together a decade at this point. And I remember thinking these are such lovely, wonderful people. I wonder why, we've not seen them at all, really, over this past decade. It can't all just be about us. It's not like, his dad's going to be at every single gathering. But what I'm saying is we could have went to these people's homes, right? On a random Tuesday. He just never, I brought it up several times the first couple of years, and he was like, no. And then I just stopped bringing it up, thinking, when he wants to see them or whatever, we'll make time. And then it just didn't happen. So anyway, perception. Well, they don't know me, like my family does. I said, your family doesn't know you. They literally have no clue who you are. Not a single clue. I've lived with you every day for all these years, and I don't have a clue who you are. Right? So graduation for kid number 1. The graduation party is more significant. Not more significant than the graduation, but I'm putting more effort because graduation is on a oh my gosh, Rachel. Graduation is on a Sunday, and everyone is leaving Sunday. So we're going to have the party on Saturday. So it usually would be graduation first, then party, right? So, I'm sorry, that was initially the plan. Sorry, I'm getting all... graduation is Saturday night. That's what it was. It was late Saturday night. And because so many people were coming in from out of town, I'm they're going to want to leave early Sunday morning. So we're going to have the graduation party before the graduation, which is weird, but graduation was starting at 7 p.m. and ending at 10. So, I was we're not going to be able to do it on Sunday because everyone from out of town is going to be leaving and going home on Sunday. So, sorry, I blabbed a lot. Go to the next part.